When I learned that it took up to 3 years to heal your nervous system, I knew I had to get started. So the past 2 years, I've been on a journey on healing my nervous system, and I'm going to say it indeed did take time, because it's now that I'm starting to realize that my anxiety and certain parts of my body were being negatively affected by having a dysregulated nervous system. And when I say dysregulated nervous system, I mean that your body is stuck in survival mode. Your body is stuck in a fight or freeze mode all the time, 24/7. And this manifests into you being an overthinker, feeling overwhelmed all the time, having anxiety, having certain fears, right? And just not really knowing what to do. And this, as much as you think, oh, it just affects your mental health, it actually affects your physical health, emotional health, and spiritual health as well. And so today we're going to talk about how to change that. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're new here, welcome. It's Danny, and on this channel we talk about all things to make you the greatest version of yourself. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss another video. You guys already know we're trying to become the greatest versions of us. So make sure you're tuned in, and make sure you're following my TikTok, where I do post a lot more content and tips on how to become the best version of you. So as I was saying, there are so many ways to determine if you have a dysregulated nervous system, right? So number one being, this will affect your stress hormones. This will affect your stress levels, right? Your cortisol levels. Your stress is gonna always be heightened. Like the littlest things can happen and you're already overthinking. You're already like years deep in a hole on what just happened. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but yes, like it affects you mentally so much, and it puts you in a place where you get stuck in this loop of overthinking, and it pulls you away from your reality and the things that are actually happening in front of you, because now you're so focused on a negative that you're not creating room for the positive. You're not creating room to be present and focus on, okay, what do I have now, right? And this is because your body, your mind feels like it's unsafe. And believe it or not, right, when our bodies feel unsafe, we get into habits of overeating, undereating. Like our mood behaviors just start to change. We start doing things differently. And a lot of the times we don't even recognize that we're doing things differently, or we think that, oh, this is just a part of life. I'm evolving. This is probably why I'm gaining a lot of weight, or this is why I'm losing a lot of weight. And in reality, it does tie into you having a dysregulated nervous system. It does tie to your anxiety and stress levels, because a dysregulated nervous system does affect your digestion. Like it does slow down your digestion, and because of this, it starts to manifest an inflammation in your body, right? Because you start clogging your lymphatic system, and you start noticing a lot of inflammation in your cheeks. Like you might have very round cheeks, you might have a gut, you might have very chubby arms, right? Because these are the points in your body that are responsible for carrying and releasing certain liquids. So yeah, and for me, it really did show. I'm gonna show a picture of what it looked like when I was like super anxious and like in my most lowest times. I struggled so much with just always having a round face, very big cheeks, because I was always stress eating. I'm the kind of girl that when I get stressed and overwhelmed, I'm opening a bag of chips. Like that's just how I am. And again, this looks different on everybody, and depending on like what their habits are. Another big thing you're gonna notice is your sleep is going to start being affected. And I feel like I didn't really look into it too much, but I know that it does affect your sleep, because if you're constantly overthinking, it's like your mind is never giving itself permission to rest. Like your body is not capable of getting good rest because you don't know how to just relax. So if you don't want to keep struggling with that, you need to heal your nervous system, because when your body feels safe, it no longer feels like it needs to be in survival mode, and that shifts everything for you. Like it shifts your entire reality, because if you're sleeping more, you look better in the morning, you're glowing, right? If you're, managing your body, you feel good, you feel confident in your body. If you're able to slow down and focus, you feel better mentally, and you're able to actually have conversations and remember things, and you're not going to go through brain fog and memory loss and all of that. And naturally, when you heal your nervous system and you regulate your nervous system, like your heart rate starts to slow down, and it's easier for you to just, be present, which is why one of the practices that I did to regulate my nervous system was I started practicing breath work. I know that I speak about this a lot, and I'm gonna keep speaking about it. I know that I speak about this a lot, but honestly, like, it's real. Like, this really does help with learning to be present. Because when you're doing, like, when you really think about it, we breathe automatically. Like, it's not something that we think about. Like, it's not like, oh, I have to breathe in now, I have to breathe out now. It's like it's an automatic behavior, and it's subconscious. It's not something that we think about. And so when we're in constant fight or flight mode and we're constantly overwhelmed and having that anxiety, we're breathing heavier, we're breathing faster, our heart rate is faster, and it does signal to your body like, okay, something is wrong. And so that keeps you like always nervous and antsy, and you might find yourself like over explaining things or talking a lot or being repetitive, and it's literally just anxiety. And you have the power to change that. A lot of people, they look at our brain as, oh, our brain controls everything. Our brain was made to be used as an instrument. And when you start feeding it with poison and you start believing in, oh my God, I'm not safe, oh my God, like this is gonna happen, and you start putting fear in yourself, you start allowing your brain to control you. And that's not healthy, because that pulls you away from your fullest potential and your higher self. And that pulls you away from just, acting accordingly and seeing things manifest beautifully in your life. If you're in a place where you're constantly in fight or flight mode, or you're constantly overwhelmed, your mind is chaotic, and you're not giving yourself what you need. So breath work is very important, just as grounding is important, which is another thing that I speak about a lot. So I promise you I have different tips, but anyways, grounding and breath work are very, very important, because like I said, grounding is just a state of learning to be present in the moment. And when you can learn to be present in the moment, you're not worrying about the future, and you're not stressing out about the past. You're just simply existing, and you're learning to honor your experience. And that's what you got to learn to do, is honor your experiences. And when you learn how to honor your experience and be present, nothing that happens around you is going to define you. You're not going to be worried about it, because at the end of the day, it's like, you know that you have the ability to control your breath, you control yourself, and calm yourself down. And like I said, when you start to feel your heart rate slowing down, and you start to feel, you start to like be mindful of your breath, it really does calm you down, and it gives you space to actually think and reflect on you, on what is happening around you. Like, I don't know why I'm thinking about this right now. I don't know why. But if you guys watch SpongeBob, you know that episode of SpongeBob when they go in his brain and there's like a fire, and he's like scrambling around and like looking through papers and all that? I don't know. But I literally think of that as anxiety. It's like, how do you expect to think? How do you expect to remember things? How do you expect to keep up with certain things and keep up with certain conversations, and, just have control of yourself if everything is scattered? Like, I don't know why I thought about that, but yeah, so it's really important to just like create a safe space for yourself. And in doing that, I think that it's important to have co-regulation, meaning connection with somebody who may just know more, or somebody who may just see more, whether that be a therapist or a partner or a friend, but someone that you could definitely confide in. Because I feel like topics like this are very hard, especially because sometimes people don't take mental health as seriously. I feel like, especially for men, people don't really take mental health serious for men, and women too. Like, it just kind of like, oh, you can get over it. Oh, it's not a big deal. Because not everybody has the same struggles, right? So find someone that is not biased and is just there that's gonna listen. I think it's so important to not suppress your emotions and to let it out, whether it's through speaking to a person, journaling, saying words of affirmation in the mirror, but you want to make sure that you're letting it out, because again, think of your body as a temple, and just know energy is made to be flowing through you, right? And if you're constantly suppressing your emotions, you're creating your own blockages, and this is causing more stagnant. This is causing more anxiety to build up over time. And again, it affects your mental health, it affects your physical health. And if you're affected in those ways, it's going to naturally affect your confidence. And if you're not confident, then how do you expect to become the best version of yourself? How do you expect to show up for yourself in the way that you need to show up for yourself, right? You need to start becoming that adult that you needed growing up. A lot of the times we have a dysregulated nervous system because of our environments growing up, the people we grew up around, and the belief systems that we attach ourselves to. And that's what creates this illusion of, oh, I'm unsafe, or oh, something's wrong because I'm not doing what they want from me, or something's wrong because this person is treating me this way. It doesn't always have to mean that something is wrong, right? And this is why I say like grounding and meditation and reflection is so important, because once you learn that, you start to realize that you are the creator of your own reality, and nothing that happens externally needs to negatively affect you. It just doesn't, right? You don't have to agree to everybody else's way of thinking and what they want and what they expect of you, right? And that's why we talk about like letting go. And I think that it's easy for you to start letting go when you're able to communicate and you're able to process your own feelings and emotions, right? But in order to process your own feelings and emotions, you need to learn to be calm so you can listen to what your body wants and needs. And in doing that, I think it's so important to create a safe routine for yourself. Me personally, I have a morning routine and I have a nighttime routine. My morning routine always consists of me setting the tone of the day. And this can look different for everybody. It can look like prayer. It can look like journaling in the morning. It can look like saying affirmations in the mirror. It can look like, just taking a nice cold shower, right? And the reason I say cold is because the cool is associated with like calming your body. I am someone that I love my hot showers. But when I'm in a place where I feel overwhelmed or emotional, I will take a cold shower all the time, because that's what helps the nervous system. Like, it generally does help the nervous system. Creating a morning routine will set the tone for your day. And so then when you see things that are happening externally, such as an argument at work or someone getting frustrated, you don't automatically go into this like stress mode of, oh my god, what did I do? Oh my god, how can I fix this? Oh my god, because at the end of the day, it's like you're focused on yourself and you have your own goals and you have your own things that you're working on for your day, right? And so you're not gonna let outside things negatively affect you or pull you away from what it is that you have to do. Like, if you have 3 goals that you create in the morning and somebody is trying to gossip and pull you away from that and distract you, it's like you're able to say, you know what, I would like really love to join you, but right now I really have to focus on this because these are my goals for the day, right? I think it's super important to have a morning routine and a nighttime routine. I think it's also good for that, because if you have a morning and a nighttime routine, it's like whatever happens in the middle, it just won't define you, right? So like I said, if there's chaos at work or you're pulled into drama or whatever, it's like, okay, yeah, the day wasn't as expected, but you know what? I still have somewhere to go at the end, and I still have something that I'm looking forward to, whether it's lighting a candle at night and doing a meditation, or, whether it's just, making your bed comfortable, dimming the lights, and just, being in your room cozy, having a nice tea before bed. But it's like, that's your routine. So whatever happens in between that, it doesn't define your worth, and it just doesn't define you. It doesn't define you, and it doesn't keep you in this spiral of, oh my god, I have to stay stuck in what happened in this day. You know what I mean? I get to practice stillness and mindfulness and be present and know that I'm still going to enjoy this moment with myself regardless of what's happening externally. And I think that really helps you just to remain calm and to, like I said, just have something to look forward to, and just being a reminder to be present, because something good is still going to happen regardless of what your day looked like. Honestly, since I've been doing this, like, I've definitely noticed such a big difference in myself, because like in the mornings, my goals are always to like be healthy and, like be mindful of what I'm consuming on television, on TikTok, on what I'm eating. And so I always feel so proud of myself when I find myself like completing those goals, and it makes me look forward to life. It's like I'm not scared to wake up another day. I'm actually happy to wake up another day, so that's kind of the goal in regulating your nervous system, is getting yourself comfortable with just getting up in the morning and just having a day and having like a good mindset for that day. Like, I think it's all about your mindset and your perception and the way that you choose to look at life that determines your reality and determines what you choose to hold on to or not. Because anxiety is just a state of fear, and fear is just false evidence appearing real. Like, fear is simply an illusion. It's something that we create based off of what we see on TV or what other people tell us, right? That's what creates that illusion of fear and that illusion of, oh my God, like, I'm a failure, or I'm bad at this, or I'm not this, because of what society expects of you. Everything is programmed. So yeah, we're gonna talk more about reprogramming your subconscious mind and what that really means in another video. So with that being said, we're just gonna end the video there. I really hope that this video has helped a lot. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. You can also DM me on Instagram if you guys want to, or TikTok, whatever. And I'm always open to answering any questions that you guys may have for me. So thank you guys so much again for tuning in. I love you guys so much, and I hope that this video has helped anybody out there who may be struggling with anxiety and constant fear. Bye. I love you guys.